Eatsy's new ads 2020. Let's get more detail on this. So if you haven't seen my other videos in the cards up above where I talk about this new announcement by Eatsy about their new advertising system, you really want to check that out, get yourself caught up. But Eatsy have been running a Q&A in the forums and I've been talking to people and sorting out everything I can, and you guys have been asking me questions in the comments of the videos, so I thought I would quickly answer some of the questions with what we know so far. And if you're new here, I'm Pam Duthie. I'm here to help you craft your career, creating and selling art online. So if you're wanting to be kept up to date on the latest that's happening on Eatsy, be given hints, tips, SEO and motivation to keep your crafty business running, then you really want to subscribe here and come back often. So let's get down to some of these questions. So if I have a super expensive item or customers keep on coming back in that 30-day period and buying lots of items, could, for one ad clip, I be charged a whole lot of money? Well, the answer here is yes and no. Firstly, there's a cap of $100 for what any one purchase on an ad click can bring. That just means if you've got an item that's so expensive that the 15 or 12% of that sale is going to be more than $100, then you'll only be charged $100. However, if a customer clicks on your item and makes multiple purchases over the course of the 30 days that click is being counted by Eatsy, you'll be charged for every single one of them, even if the combined ad fees comes to more than $100. And that counts as well for if they come to your shop, buy something and ask for a custom listing, or they want a layaway where they buy a couple of times during that month when their payday is. So if you hit the $10,000 worth of sales in 1 year and you're automatically put into the advertising and you're at the 12% instead of the 15% charge, if you drop below the 10,000 in the following year, what happens? Basically, as soon as you hit in 1 year $10,000 worth of sales, you automatically go into this new category, and this is for life. So even if you only once in 1 year you hit 10,000 sales because something amazingly lucky happens, and then suddenly your shop drops down and you're only making 5,000 every year, you are not dropped back down to the 15% rate, and you're also not dropped back down to the option of, and you're also not dropped back down to the people who have the option of switching off these off Eatsy ads. How are the ads decided? Right, Eatsy can't tell us exactly, but what's happening is all of our listings will be included in this, and Eatsy send our listing titles, descriptions, tags, photographs to the advertising platform, and each platform has its own algorithm to decide what ads it shows. What happens if someone clicks on your ad but then goes to buy off of somebody else's shop, or someone clicks on somebody else's shop and then comes and finds you? Nothing. What happens? You are only charged if someone clicks on your ad and then buys from your shop. If someone buys from someone else's shop, you're not charged. If someone buys from your shop after somebody else's click, you're not charged. So Eatsy takes the hit then. 15% of what? What's the fee include? This is 15% of your full item price, what you charge. So the item price plus the shipping. It doesn't include any state taxes that Eatsy add after the fact. However, anyone who's paying taxes like VAT, like in the UK, we will still be added the 20% on top of that. We'll still be charged the VAT. When are we going to start getting charged for this? We're going to start getting charged for this in April, and the dashboard will start to get rolled out, so we'll start to see some of the data, hopefully pretty soon. But at the minute in time, seller-funded Google ads, so your Google ads that you're paying for, they have not been switched off yet, according to Eatsy. What happens if you have more than one shop? So the 10,000 threshold limit is for each shop. So if you have one shop that did 20,000 and another shop that did 1,000, it's not combined. Your $20,000 worth of sales in 1 year, that shop's automatically enrolled in the lifetime 12% charge and can't switch off the ads. But your smaller shop isn't. It's at the 15% and you can switch off the ads. What about if I'm one of these big shops and I just have too many sales? How do I cut down my sales? And this was a great question that hurt my heart, if we're totally honest. There are some shops that are at their capacity. I'm not actually far away from it myself. You can't make much more than you already are. And Etsy are not giving them an option not to advertise. And they don't want to advertise. They don't want any more sales. Can you even imagine that? Etsy's suggesting you can put your shop on vacation mode, or you can increase your production time to give yourself more breathing room. And I'll say as well, you can put up your prices a bit. That can tend to slow things ever so slightly. But yes, I would say if you're one of these shops in this situation that you really can't manage any ads, write to Etsy, tell them in the feedback. Get telling them that this is something that's not going to work for your shop. And what happens if you refund an item? So, if you fully refund an item, you fully get whatever you paid in your ad fee back. And if you partially refund, you get a partial refund. So does this mean in April we're going to see an increase in sales to correspond with this increase in fees? Well, no, because Etsy have already been advertising on these other platforms for us. So there's a chance that there might not be any extra advertising. It's just that we're going to be paying for it. Hopefully in the future it will start getting a little bit better as there's more of a budget going into this. But there's a chance come April we'll just see more money coming out of our account and we won't be seeing a corresponding increase in views and sales. If you're already advertising on Facebook and Pinterest and a customer clicks on those ads, will you be charged? And the answer is no. Etsy and Pinterest and Facebook know which ad is clicked on. They know it's an ad funded by you or they know it's an ad funded by Etsy. So you'll only be charged for the Etsy funded ads. Now, whether you want to double up with ads is up to you. Sometimes it can be good. If you're getting some good data from those ads, I would keep them running. But what happens if there's an option for like 2 of your same item being shown on the same page? It might not be the best thing. So you're just going to have to experiment and see. If we're below the 10K, when can we opt out? And that's going to be from April. Hopefully Etsy will make all this clearer nearer the time when we see what our dashboard's going to look like. Is this not just a kind of affiliate program for Etsy? And no, not really. I get why people are saying this, but let me just explain to you what an affiliate program is. If I was affiliated to somebody, that would just mean if I mentioned them and gave you a special link, then that link would be tracked by that company. And they would know if you visited their site because of my recommendation, and they would give me some money for you visiting the site. What's happening with the Etsy ads is a bit different, however. Etsy are paying Google, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever, probably traditionally, they're paying a cost per click model, the exact same way as we used to be paying for ads. So they're taking the risk. They are paying for the advertising. And if that advert that they're paying for on your behalf makes money, then they charge you for it. It's not an affiliate, really. It's something different altogether. It's just a different way of advertising. Isn't this just to make Etsy money? If it improves their business, shouldn't they be paying for it? Well, look, I get why people are saying this, but this is a kind of narrow way of thinking. Etsy have already been paying for this on our behalf for several years now. And they said last year they wanted to free up some of their budget that they've been using for this for different types of advertising. They want to go off and be able to advertise on the telly. So they want us to take some of that burden, but also they have, to an extent, been listening to us. When they made the changes in ads last year, we all hated it. or most of us hated it, and I think quite a few people like me voted with their feet and switched it off. So Eatsy's made a change. So what I'm going to say is don't knee-jerk, don't panic, don't just go, oh, this is terrible, when at the minute in time we don't know much. To me, it sounds better than what we have just now, not as good as what we had 2 years ago. But if Etsy are listening to us, then we should give this a fair crack of the whip. Give it a go. See what it's like. Don't knee-jerk and say you're leaving Etsy because they're charging more fees. I bet you the price you're going to see for this is not going to be anywhere near as much as you think. It's not 15% of every single sale. It's just 15% of the sales that come through advertising. So wait and see how it does. The funny thing is, so many people over the years have said they don't want to do all this work growing their shop. Couldn't they just pay someone to do it so they can just go away and make their items? And it's almost like Etsy's kind of given us this. They are having a team of experts who understand about advertising way better than most of us. And they're sending them out to do ads on our behalf to make us money, and we just have to pay them if they get results. So it actually sounds pretty cool. Okay, there's bits I don't like the sound of so far, like people not being able to opt out. But we have to see how this pans out. Every single time Etsy makes a change, people freak out. But it's never as bad as it seems to be. Last year we had panics with the free shipping thing. Most shops haven't totally died. We also had panics with the ad changes. Most shops didn't totally die. In fact, we found workarounds. We found ways to deal with it. So hang on, give it a shot, and then send Etsy feedback. Okay, hope that helps. See you next time.